Good morning, everybody. This is Austin. We're on day 2 doing trails. We're going to be meeting with Rick here this morning, and we're going to be doing the Three Lakes Loop Road and Dry Strait. I'm mainly just concentrating on the trails for you guys and giving you as much content for the trails as I can. One of the places I'm staying is the Trees RV, and they have bathrooms and they have showers and they have a little convenience store and they have plug-ins. So I've been charging everything in there and charging my Bluetti because it's been raining and I have solar and the solar hasn't been working, so it's too overcast. I'm getting like just a couple, so I'm charging the Bluetti in there, and then I'm using the Bluetti out in the field. And the Bluetti is super nice to have in the field because I just tap into stuff. I keep my camera gear going. But about once a week I charge at the RV place. But I'm getting a lot of roads done for you guys. There's some great roads out here. I hope you guys can make this trip. If you had a 10-day trip, you could make this happen. You could do most of this island. Some great trails. Everything's on OnX. When I get back to the office, I'll be uploading photos and critiquing the trails, and I've been making notes. Hopefully that will help you guys. Look forward to seeing you on the trail. It's wet today. Well, I got some batteries charged yesterday. Thank goodness we're not going out as long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got some serious recovery gear. Well, at least we're doing a repair on the trail, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this connects to Three Lakes too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. There's some more deer crossing the road. Looks like 5 or 6 of them right at the first little hump. It's nice to ride with somebody that's got search and rescue. He's got a lot of experience. So this is day 2. Got some fresh coffee this morning from the gentleman there that owns the Trees RV. Really nice couple. Boy, he is small. Black bears right there. It's a mom with cubs. Cubs are climbing the pole. There they go. Well, we've turned on to the 6235 road.
See, that's a pit there. See, they put rocks in front of it now.
So we're on the 6235 road, which is also called the Three Lakes Road. We're going to Dry Strait right up around the corner. So we're going up here doing this, and then I'll probably come back and do the rest of that just to finish this loop. But this is the tough one, he was saying. Today's not going to be as big a day. It's Saturday and he's got to leave. So we're going to do this one, and then I'll finish this long route and I'll come back through here at the 40,000 road, and then we'll continue that another day. Going across a bridge here. There's always big potholes front and back. Oh, let's see if there's any bears in here. No bears.
There's a really good camping spot right here. It goes right back. It's hard to turn around in, but there's a creek right there that the coho come up in the fall, and you can catch salmon right there.
Let me mark that.
A little while down the road here, there'll be one on the left also.
Got it. Nice little creek. So we're turning right on Dry Straits Road, and we're going to go to the end if we can make it. So here we go, boys and girls. Dry Straits Road, 6241.
That I saw the very first moose that I had seen on the island when I came. I drank a lot of water out of that creek.
I got coffee. I'm going to enjoy myself.
It's a good muskeg, and it goes a long way. This is, the wolves come through. You could hear the wolves. One would go off over here, and then one ought to be off over here. Well, this cow moose pops out. Makes a beeline for the tree that Zach's at.
Uh-oh.
So I stand up, and I yell at it. It stops dead, and it stops about from me to the truck away from Zach.
Now your hits focus.
Yeah, now you know, and I tell Zach, I said, stand up and just walk slowly towards me, and he did. Sure shit, that moose started following him. I mean, following him. He got up, and he came right up to me, and the moose stopped like at the front of my truck. The only thing I can figure.
Oh, it's a cologne.
It was the cologne.
This used to be a road, is what he was saying, and now it's just a bear trail or a deer trail.
You can't even tell it's a road here, but you can once you get up past.
Well, it's a human road.
Yeah.
Opens up a little bit here. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is done being a road for a while.
Yep.
What a beautiful place. Pretty awesome. this one's dry straights, but it's called the
6241.
Yeah, 6241. Yeah, this is a pleasant road. This is piece of cake.
Yeah, this way all the way.
That's awesome.
It's the off-roads that are a little tougher. There's another one farther up that I've been on too. I'll show you.
Two rigs are nice because you can rescue easier.
The biggest problem is a lot of these logging roads, the turnaround is growing up. So
oh yeah.
So you got to do a 10-point.
Hold the brake. Yep. All right. Sounds good. Seen any bears?
No.
No. Seen some sign, but that's about it.
Lots of sign out here.
Yeah. Yesterday we seen a brown over on Woodpecker.
Oh no. On Woodpecker. Right?
Yeah, it was running in front of the rig until it bumped off. But yeah.
Big one?
4-year-old.
Yeah. Right on.
I mean.
Yeah. No, they're definitely here. I seen we got some brown bear on game camp last week right down by the bridge.
See you later, man.
Right, yeah.
He was nice. It's always good to talk to locals. That way if there's a problem and you see them again, you already got the connection. And I think that's important, is to be nice to everybody. I'm gonna mark this. I was marking it on my map that a person could camp there if they needed to. Howdy.
How's it going?
Good.
Mapping for OnX, huh?
Yeah. Trails that are still open. We're going up every little chute, and then I'm mapping where you can camp, and they're just overgrown.
Like the main roads or some of the sides?
Side roads. Well, they go like 4 miles, you know. So if we can open up one a year, a tree or two in the road, I'll get it. But if I'm looking at miles of trees, no, I want a bunch of young guys with me.
There's a bunch of us around here that kind of do it on our own
Oh, we appreciate it.
just to get up there. So if you come back next year and need some help, let us know.
Let me give you a card.
John said you saw brown bear yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was on Woodpecker. See you later.
Yeah.
Are my running lights on? My small ones?
They were.
Oops, windows up. Gonna get skinny.
Pretty overgrown.
A little bit tight right here. So we're on the Dry Straits Road, the 6241 road, and we're on this little side chute road. It shows pretty good by the aerial, but you get in here and it's pretty tight. So I marked it that it's overgrown, and maybe next year if we could get some guys in here, we can kind of open this up a little bit. I was just talking to some locals and they said they'd be willing to help me open some trees next year. If we can help them, that'd be great.
Blueberries are still a little tart, but good. I can't remember how much further this goes. I'm going to get on walking down here first.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool spot. Watch your feet.
Oh yeah, thank you. A lot of mountain blueberries.
Oh yeah, actually blue huckleberry.
Blue, yeah, huckleberry. Like this right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Mountain huckleberries. Man, this is awesome.
That moose hit that rock.
Yep, see his
Slid. You can smell moose and you can smell bear.
I can smell bear, piece of cake. Especially brown bear.
Yeah, I think this looks like a good place to turn around.
Yeah. Going back on that trail, I was in 4 low just because when you're doing trails, I'm engaged automatically. So I was in 4 low just to be safe. I'm gonna get out here, put it in neutral, get it out of 4 low, just put it on 2-wheel drive, let him pass me. He's got more experience on these roads, so.
Next road will be on our right. Stash of garnets up there.
So he's saying there's a lot of garnets here, but I think you have to get permits or something. Oh, we're going on a little side trail.
Always found a moose in this meadow, but
So we're doing a little side shoot here off to the side. A little tight area. See how this goes. It goes up here into a meadow. This isn't on OnX, but it is now. A little side shoot. Maybe there's a nice camp up here we can see, and maybe it's if it's good enough, I'll put a marker up here that's a good camp spot. So today, since this road isn't so bad, I'm running 38 on this main gravel road, 38 PSM, Mickey Top and Bajas. But when we get off into rough stuff, I'll probably take her down to about 20 just to make it a little softer ride. Wouldn't need to, but it is nice to have a softer ride. There's so much green. Well, it rains a lot, and so much wildlife. I mean, we've already seen 3 bears this morning, deer. So there's a bear up this road. The bears love using the road, so you guys don't have to go out looking for bears. If you just travel these roads, you will see a bear. You just, in time.
doesn't go very far, but I don't know if we can drive it or not.
Looks like we're gonna do a little side road here.
It goes up to a pit, 200 yards up there.
I'm gonna put a mark on it real quick that it's overgrown.
Yeah, finding a moose with a 50-inch spread is major here, where, you know, 63, 65, 70-inch up north, easy.
Got a small view there, but we're gonna keep going up. Let me, come on, zoom out. So we're gonna go up here, and we should be up high enough here to where I can look out over the strait. So we'll see. Do the best we can. It's really overgrown. That's why we're up here mapping, just because the more people we can get up here that's responsible for off-roading and responsible stewards of the forest, it's really nice to have them up here and keeping these roads maintained. It's nice that we all can pitch in and help out. Just in regular, no 4-wheel drive, just regular 2-wheel drive. This road's a piece of cake. Should be a nice spot that we can see out in the ocean, the straits towards Wrangell here. But we're coming up, this is dry Strait Road. I'm hoping we can see out, there's a view up here, but we should be able to see the ocean.
Dry Straits off to the left. But minus tide, that gets down to about 100 yards wide.
That's probably where all the bears are coming in.
Yeah, all the moose, the bears, the wolves, they all came, that's the mainland. The Stikine River isn't too far over there, and they come down the Stikine from interior Canada.
One thing I wanted to mention to you guys is up here, you got to really take the wildlife serious. We got a lot of black bears, a lot of brown bears. There's a lot of wildlife up here, and if you're soloing, I would recommend staying in an area that's more populated, like the RV park where there's traffic, and so it'll have less bears at that area. And a bear fence works okay, and I have one for when we do solo stuff out here later on. But if you can afford it at $30 a night, you get all those amenities of, you know, you get your laundry, showers, plus you get a little bit of community. You get to talk to some locals, which I enjoy talking to locals because you learn a lot. And, you know, I come up here seasonally, but you get a lot of locals. They got some knowledge that's valuable, so it's nice to, you know, we got some deer in front of us again, slowing down. But anyways, use the resources here. This is pretty tight, pretty overgrown. And talk about wildlife. If you guys want to see wildlife, you're guaranteed, 100% guaranteed to see wildlife every day, pretty much all day long on these back roads, which is just beautiful. And little creeks and just little oases. You guys got to check this out. He's in front of me and he's telling me the deer just don't want to get off the road. They look like 2 yearlings. Use the resources here. There's campgrounds, Green's Campground and stuff like that. And safety is in numbers. So when you have a couple people with you, a couple rigs, you can boondock because you have safety numbers, and bears will stay away because you have noise, and they don't like coming around noise. Now, if you're solo out here, you got to be cautious. You want bear spray, you want a gun. I have the 357 and a shotgun, and I got lots of bear spray. A 44 would be nice out here because we are getting brown bears.
Still on it.
And I'll tell you what, one real nice thing is if you can afford a 10 millimeter and you can get 15 shots off, that's a pretty nice, compared to a revolver, 6 shots as protection. But those that don't have guns and don't like guns, bear spray. Don't just buy one bear spray. I buy one bear spray for every door. And if I leave the vehicle, I put a bear spray in my back pocket. Make sure you do that. Minimum of bear spray in your back pocket. If I'm going on a longer hike, I take 2 bear sprays. It's great roads, but the views you get, I mean, they're few and far between, but when you do get a view, it's mind-blowing. So be cautious, take your time. This is a wonderful place to come look at and talk about nature. If you want to see nature in its truest form, this is the island, Mitkof Island, which is the same island that Petersburg is on. So take some time. You can take a ferry up, and it's like 2.5 days to get to Petersburg. This country just basically takes over. If you come in here and you make a road, 5 years, that road is gone if you don't maintain it. So it's nice that if people can come up here and drive these roads responsibly and pick up your trash, please, guys. It'll keep the roads open longer. I appreciate it.
Back on the other side of the bridge there, it's kind of overgrown now. The road to the left goes all the way back to where those trees are, and a lot of people still come up here and camp here. Looks kind of overgrown, but I know that Jared Cook comes up here a lot. I think he comes all the way here to the end with his trailer. In the trees someplace here is the sign that says active mining, garnet mine, yada yada yada. The mine is actually a little farther down. This is where his plane goes.
It's just an open pit mine. This is where he had his camp and everything.
I have one where there's 3 of them poking out,
yeah.
And I bought it in Wrangell from the kids in the dock.
And the ones here are like this.
Yeah, but they're a garnet.
Yeah.
Go all the way to the end and then stop at the pit on the way back.
What a beautiful place.
That we drove on,
Right?
you used to be able to see this all the way, all that, where the road's at. But it's all grown up now.
I want a house right here. Like a cabin?
Yeah. And that road, there was a clear cut I couldn't actually tell where it was anymore. Yeah, that's the trail that goes down to that other mine.
Oh, so this is a mine trail. So this goes down here into another garnet mine. Huh. Well, they used the sign for target practice. What a place.
They had one. I had a Ford pickup at the time. Came back out and laid on the ground. I'd driven about a half mile using duct tape and baling wire on it to hold it together. And I could tell when to let go because my wheels would go like this.
Oh, yeah. What an awesome place.
It is. Definitely.
I think it's just a piece of one.
Are people allowed to take garnets from here, or do you have to be native, or is there a
Well, technically it's a claim, but nobody knows whose claim it is.
wedding ring size?
Yeah. Or some of them are a little bigger, but sometimes they're easy to find. I mean, they're easy to pick up.
Well, if you spent some time here, you'd definitely find some, because this was just a picker. So somebody has carved some Japanese, Chinese. If anybody knows what this says, Stan, do you know what this says? It's out here in a rock. Could be something, could be nothing, but that's pretty cool. Just on the side of the road, pretty cool. There's some interesting stuff out here, guys. Interesting stuff. So now we're headed back off of this dry strait back to the, what is that, the Three Lakes Road?
Yep, that's where we turned off there, yeah.
So when we get back out to Three Lakes Road, are we taking a right and continuing on, or do you have time to do that?
Yeah, I got some more time. I can keep going if you want to. I haven't been down the Lacani Road, but it should be good because a lot of people from town go there all the time. It's called Conte Overlook.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to go look at.
Nope, there is no commercial logging just about anywhere in Southeast anymore. I think there's a little on Prince of Wales Island. I don't know, but in Thomas Bay there's a lot of roads.
Thomas Bay on Mitkof?
No, it's actually on the mainland. It's about a 45-minute boat ride from here. You can't drive there, but I mean there are roads there.
So a landing craft.
That would be your only option. There's 2 Forest Service cabins in Thomas Bay too. One of them on the left side is good. The other one is haunted. And I'm not a very superstitious guy, but I would never stay in that cabin again. That little creek that's down, winds through here. It's kind of overgrown now, but I watched a bear trying to catch a beaver in that little creek one day.
That'd be a show.
Kind of funny, just sitting there watching it. You never did get the beaver.
So day 2 trails, been great running with Rick, and I think he leaves tomorrow Sunday on the ferry north to Juneau, and tomorrow I'm going to meet with some friends here on the island that I have and kind of take a day off and maybe do a town day. I'll video that for you guys when I'm in town. Monday I'll be back on the road and mapping some more, and I'll possibly be doing an interview Monday or Tuesday at the Tree. It's a nice resource to have. You can rent a cabin, you can stay in your tent there, but they have water, power, they have showers, they have toilets, of course, and laundry. And I've been doing my laundry there, and it's been great because I've been soaking wet every day, and I've just been keeping my clothes dry. It just keeping my health up. When it's moist like this, I'm really keen on my health because I don't want to go downhill. It's really easy to go downhill out here, so pay attention to that, guys. If you start to get weary and stuff, take a break. The elements that get you, it's not the road conditions, it's the elements. What's nice about this area is the roads are pretty good. They're not a high difficulty rating, but talk about beauty. The beauty is everywhere. Look at this. Isn't this great? Look at this. This is great bear moose habitat.
Here's the parking lot for it. And here's where it says trailhead, Green Lake.
Nice parking area right there. There's a boardwalk if you want to go out here. This is a great walk if you guys want to go out here. Trailhead. This is how it is most of the way. You'll get some logs here and there, but it's pretty nice. They've spent some time and made this pretty enjoyable. Make sure you bring bear spray and a gun. Day use only. Don't camp here, guys. No camping.
There's a cabin in each one of these lakes, but they're not a full cabin. They're
Right. They're a warming hut.
yeah.
Yeah, a survival hut. Yeah, so you go up this and
Yep.
yeah, if I get all these trails done, I'll probably do stuff like that. What a beautiful day. It stopped raining, guys. Stopped raining for a minute. So let's take advantage of it. So that was right here. That was pretty cool. So right in here, there's little trails. There's walking trails and there's cabins up at a lot of these. So that's what we were talking about, is these little dotted trails on OnX. You can walk up there. Make sure you bring a gun and bear spray with you.
Hill Lake right here, and then the next one's Frog Lake.
So he was saying Frog Lake, but this is Hill Lake right here. So I'll show that to you here in a second. So you take that pathway right there and it goes to Hill Lake. Sorry for the noise, guys. That's my defroster. I'm soaking wet, so I'm trying to unsoak and wet myself. How's that for wordage? So here's Sand Lakes. It looks like a double 2x6 trail.
There's a boat at each one, too.
Nice trail. So these are all great day hikes that you can go up. Anyways, we're on the 3 lakes. We're going to be turning off 6232 road just to see if it goes. It looks like it's overgrown, but we're going to check it out anyways. A little bit of mist, but it's pretty nice out right now.
I think it just goes back to a little campsite. I've never been down that road.
Yeah, there's a road coming up. It's called the 6232 road. It looks like we could get up that one a little ways.
That's the one I was talking about. I think that one's pretty nasty. The Conte Overlook road's right up here, too.
Yeah, I might jump up this trail for just 1 second so I can map it. If I can't map it, then it makes it easy. This road that we're going on is called the Conte Overlook, half a mile.
It used to have a big washout in it right up around the corner here.
We're heading up Conte Road, and there's an overlook to where we can now, hopefully it's not overgrown. T Lookout Road, 6232 road. And there's a nice,
There's another one right here, too.
so there's a nice camp spot here. I'll mark it. So I hold it down, hit waypoint, and then camp. And this is a fantastic one because you got an overview. You can see the sound from here. If you have binoculars, bring binoculars for this section. I'm going to say this one's red because that's a fantastic one. I used red just so I know that's a good one. So you can see the ocean there, nice picnic table, nice fire pit, not very level, so you'd have to use some max tracks or something, or some wood. Get yourself level for your rooftop tent. But this thing's a huge table. What is probably 10 foot long. And I mean, we're next to a boulder wall, so this is a great campsite. There's some wood here, but it's saturated, so bring your own wood. Make sure it's dry. But this is a great spot for, let's say, 2 rigs here, and there's probably some more rigs up there. Looks like he's doing something. We'll go up there and see what he's got going. If you look off in the distance, you can't tell, but you can see Conte Glacier up there, and you can see ice in the water up there. I'll probably come back here this week, and I'll do some videoing, and I'll try to zoom in on those icebergs out there. But that's the Conte Glacier right up that way. I seen the icebergs on the last one. I could see the icebergs, and I could see Conte. This would be nice if you had 4 rigs. 2 could be here, 2 could be there.
Yeah.
This table definitely needs some help. Conte Road. Let me zoom in. We just went up the Conte Road, and I was able to punch through even farther than the road and bushwhack a little bit, clear up into here, and there was another camp spot, and I put that there and marked it. Now we're heading back around, and we're still on this road, the Three Lakes Road, and then we're going to come up to the 6227 road. It's called the $40 road. $40
It
road.
would now be $120 where you got to replace stuff.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Hey, you bet, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Here in about a month, this will be filled with black bears eating on salmon.
I'm betting most of them aren't going to be black bears.
Right? They even got a nice log to cross the river here. That's pretty nice.
It's real steep. Get up to the top. Climb up the road.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky this year and see a moose. This is probably a class 4.
I'm still on two-wheel drive, but
I'm in 4-wheel drive just so if we stumble onto something, I can get out of it.
that's the other thing I like about this compared to the new one. I have a lever that pulls four-wheel drive so you know if you're in instead of just pushing a button. There's a lot of roll on it, and that's what moose prefer over alternate.
So I'm in first, which is a nice crawling speed. So I'm in 4 low. There's first. Go up 1 second. This I can do second in this trail.
They've had 20 years of growth on them now.
This is probably a class 4.
I'm still on two-wheel drive, but I don't, you would want to come up here in a car or some little SUV all-wheel drive thing.
Yeah, I'm in 4-wheel drive just so if we stumble onto something, I can get out of it. Pretty steep, probably 30 degree. Going up, this is the hardest road we've been on, and it's $40 road, and it's a class 4 all day long just because of the conditions. Not so much a drop-offs, it's a 4-wheel drive low. Take your time and enjoy the surroundings. There's wildflowers, there's goat's beard, there's all kinds of, there's beautiful ferns. It's July, everything's flush and green. It's raining again, of course, but I'm taking my time. Don't come out here and wheel so hard that you could possibly get broke. When you're out here, you ride like you are your own last line of defense. So you literally, you got to think when you're out here, because if you get stuck, dude, it's like, it might take you a couple days to get back to town or get to a road to where you can find somebody. So take your time. Don't overdo your rigs. Don't press them hard, because we are truly out here in Southeast Alaska, and this island totally is the ambiance of Southeast Alaska. It represents it because it's still got standing cedars, and you got the LeConte Glacier, you got the Wrangell Narrows. This is kind of like the cornucopia of Southeast Alaska for a true experience of what a rainforest feels like. So this doesn't look steep, but it's very steep and it's a little bit slippery. I am in 4-wheel drive low. Don't need to be, but I'm cautious because up here, like I said, you don't make mistakes. Black bear. When you're on expedition, you got everything with you for everything. So up here I carry electronics, computers,
clothing for quick access if I need something. I keep my inReach on. I got it on tracking underneath this button. That SOS button, that's not a free ride out. You are going to pay the helicopter ride or the search and rescue fee, but you at least get rescued by hitting that.
You want to go down it?
Yeah, let's do it. Anyways, this is, I carry this everywhere I go because I can text and respond and give location.
This one, I don't know.
Actually, this is the main road. The other one was the off spurt.
Okay. The other one looked better than this one.
We changed now to the 40,227 road, and if we would have kept straight, it just shows it as not passable, but it's a long road.
Yeah, I was surprised how much, because this is all new since I've lived here before.
Matter of fact, if you see a turnaround spot, I'd like to go back and check that out because it shows that you can go right past some tarns and lakes and open area, like 300 yards in, and it looks like the trail is only like a half a mile long. Be nice to document that.
Well, I was thinking if we go to the end of this, we can go back and do that one too.
That is correct. On the way back. Sounds good. I'm spending most of my time out on these roads for you guys. Less in camp because it's pouring down rain usually at camp, and I've showed you around where I'm staying. It's nice out here, I'll tell you that. If you have a second rig, you can just about camp anywhere for safety in numbers. Black bear. This is probably the best four-wheel drive trail that we've been on, as in technical. It's pretty easy, but you just got to go slow. So make sure you guys have some way of communication, because if sometimes we get apart enough to where it's nice to have handhelds or a radio or ham or GMRS, make sure you have communication with, if you're going out with other rigs. It's very important. When I get back, that's all I do is I sit there and I recharge everything on the Bluetti or on a regular outlet. If I have an outlet available, I don't waste my Bluetti. I use my Bluetti for when I'm out, and I conserve it as much as possible. Even though it can probably go 7 hard days being out here, I conserve it because you never know when something's going to happen. You can use it to jump your car. You can, you know, keep as much power in that Bluetti as you can when you're doing expeditions like this. This isn't a super tough expedition, but you have to be aware of the elements. And if you're not aware of these elements, it can get you.
This is it. We're at the end.
It's wet again. It's what you get for being in a rainforest. I love it. Everything's green. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. This isn't like the desert, that's for sure. I mean, look at these mountains, guys. Very majestic. This is, they call it the Great Land. It's very big land, that's for sure. This is spongy, oh, moose tracks for deer. Those are deer. But see, look at, see how my feet are, this is, I'm staying on the high ground. That right there is deeper than you think it is. This is like all sponge peat bog. A little overgrown.
We're gonna hit your top pretty good.
So we're going off. This is an old road where I'm just tracking as far as we can go, just so people know that I'm definitely going off. Let me zoom in here. So right now we're going on this. It's not even, I'm mapping it. It's pretty overgrown. I'll make an overgrown sticker here in a minute. Oh, looks like he's turning around. We must have hit the end. Too overgrown. Yeah, I'll mark this as overgrown. That right there, that's a paint getter. From the satellite, it looks too dense.
Yeah.
Right here, you can tell that you could come to here.
Yeah.
But hey, we got an extra mile in.
Yeah.
So we went to here, so you can see it's overgrown though. So the green is just a basic camp. The red ones are really good. And I've classified this as a 4 trail. Okay, so I put those 2 classifications. So if you guys come up here, it's a nice trail. Little spur road. Okay, here we go. Turn the air on. Sorry guys, I'm starting to fog up. I'm still in 4-wheel drive load just for safety reasons. Kind of hard to get out and take a picture of myself coming at it, so there we go. Clean off my tent. So we just did a little spur road right here on OnX. There's a, you know, you could camp on a flat spot too, because you're not going to have much traffic. You're not going to have any traffic out here. Maybe on, this is a Saturday and we haven't seen hardly anybody. But don't be running across that. You'd be sinking, hit a hole that's non-ending. First gear, trying to save my brakes. As you can tell, he's riding his brakes a lot. We're going down a pretty steep incline. It's hard to tell on camera, but we are going down a pretty steep incline. So I'm in first gear. So we're coming back to the main Lakes Road, and we're coming back on that. We're coming off this class 4. I'm going to say it's class 4 at the worst. It's class 2 at the least. 1 and 2, but 4 at the worst. Mostly it's just slow going because the type of rocks, these rocks are slippery, so this ain't no joke. I mean, and plus if you get a heavy rain, it can wash the road out. I mean, you could be going somewhere, and then if you get a heavy rain and you're camped out over there, and then you on your return, you could be like, the road could be missing. So pay attention to your elements. So we're just coming up here to the Y. We're probably going to be taking a right and mapping up through here. We're on the 40,000 road. This is just a gorgeous road, class 1. Here come fall into August, this is going to be loaded with black bears and brown bears. Brown bears are going to push out the black bears, but this is going to be filled with fish, where animals are coming down the track here. What a beautiful place, right guys? Well, next year when I come up here, if anybody wants to join me, just message me on Instagram. There's no fee. I just like having help up here. I'm not guiding or nothing. You just basically, we go out together for safety in numbers. So if you guys are interested, comment down below in the YouTube, and that helps too. And if you guys are liking the content and this rainforest up here in Southeast Alaska on the Inside Passage, please give me a thumbs up. It helps my algorithm. And appreciate the comments. We do read all our comments. If I'm not reading them, my wife is reading them and answering them. If she can't answer them, she lets me know about it and I give her the answer.
hill's kind of rough.
That's all muskeg. Little porcupine. Little guy, just a little guy. How you doing? Oh, he's quilling. I'm too close. There's the mom up in the tree. She's right there.
Yeah.
But you know you'll see him in the trees sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little one was kind of cute.
He buffed up on
We
me.
had one at the gun range. We had named him Oscar. We could call him, he'd come in.
This is awesome.
See, the moose have been feeding on this stuff.
Yeah, look at all the tops.
Tops are, they said this is, the guy I was talking to the other day said this is probably this was the last logging that they did.
This was the newest logging.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it's probably the most technical road.
Yeah.
I would say it's a class 4, so it should go slow. It's not hard. It's just got to go slow.
I did this the other day when I came up here the first time. I stayed in two-wheel drive the whole time, but I was driving. It was dry too, and so the water makes a big difference. This stuff gets slippery.
This stuff gets really slippery. I just kept it in 4-wheel drive low and just relaxing.
I'm in low and third gear.
I'm in low
I'm in 4-wheel drive third gear.
Yeah, I'm in second. So
I'm wondering what the incline rate was on that first hill.
30.
Is it 30?
Yeah, I gauge it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got up to 32 on one of them. See you later, bud.
Definitely don't want to be texting while driving on this road.
Give you guys kind of an idea. You can kind of see how much roads I did today. All these red marks are tracking for today, and see all my markers that I've put in here. Those are all information on points where you could camp, or where it's overgrown, or where there's a log. I've done as much information input as I can, and then of course I'm going to add photos later. So anyways, guys, I hope you appreciate this. I'm doing the best I can out here. Hopefully next year some people will be with me and we'll get some more footage, because it makes it a lot easier when I got somebody else helping with photography. So we just came up this little side road off the 40,000 road. It's a class 3, and we went up there. It's just overgrown massively, but there is a place to camp right here. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's a little square spot. You can tell people have camped here before. Rick has been here before, and he said he's seen black bear in the evening and stuff, but that's about it.
After driving this road every day when I was coming into town, I'm glad I'm where I'm at, because it's a lot better road than this one.
How much further does it go? Home sweet home for that gentleman. That's where this guy's been camping.
The side road that has been water barred
It looks flat and kind of green.
And you say that's right up here?
Yeah, you'll see it. I'll show it to you here. Right to the right is going to be the road that I was talking about, but this road keeps going, so we can do it when we turn. We can stop in there when we turn around. That's a pretty deep water bar right at the bottom there.
So that road we just passed, the one on the right, where does that go?
That's the one I was talking about. I don't know.
It's got a water bar on the bottom that's pretty deep. Some people look like they've filled it in a little bit.
There's a cool camp back in there.
There?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
check that out. So we're out here, we're kind of creating some new roads. This right here is going to be probably a class 4. No one's driven on this one in years, so we'll see what's going on. I'm going to see how he gets across there. Yeah, he's doing good.
Oh, you gotta make it past that water bar. Come on up, there's a place to turn around up here.
I'm in 4 low. I put on the front diff on one of those water bars because I had to get traction going up. That's what they call tank berms.
Yeah.
That's a tank berm. End of the road for us.
Yep. 4-wheeler maybe.
Let's go a little further. This is a 4-wheeler trail here.
I mean, the road looks like it. I mean, water bar.
That one's hard to get over. This one I could get through.
Yeah.
That one,
What they did is they dug out their culvert. And then they just didn't push them back in.
here, hold on. Let's just do a human test. Oh, moose.
Yeah.
Like it say, you know, walk it. This is stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go through that hole or come off of the edge of this.
But if you take one, if you have one mistake right here, the only nice thing is we do have trees that we can hook to. Yeah.
But that it's a no-go.
Hold on. Yep. Whoop, muskeg.
Yep. Give you this.
So what I'd like you to do, I can head out from here.
Yeah.
Shake your hand. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And too bad you can't come to Wrangle with me.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it, man. I can't thank you enough.
Go right now, and I'm gonna go to. I got laundry I got to do because it's soaking wet. We've been out in the rain.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do laundry at Trees and take a shower, and then come back and hook up to it.
Get it so tomorrow morning you just
All
bolt
I got.
out. And then
Yeah,
you just go to your storage, you'll be done.
Yep.
So here in about 40 minutes we'll be off this road. It's the same, so it's no use showing you the same footage. But once I get off the road and get going down the main Mitkof Highway, I'm gonna have a video going to where you know where to turn into to go to the trees. And they got a little grocery store there. I'll walk you around there. One of these days when I take a spare day, I'll do a full interview there. Yesterday we did all these roads. Today we did all these roads. Now we're getting back on the main highway here, Mitkof Highway here. We're heading back to the trees. So we just got on the Mitkof Highway. I just showed you what we did on OnX, all the blue lines and made all the marks. We're headed to the trees right now, and I'll show you. Basically, just go down this road to 10 Mile and you take a right at the trees and you're in their RV parking spot, which is pretty nice. And like today, I'm soaking wet, so it's nice to be able to put my clothes in the dryer and dry them out and take a nice warm shower because I'm a little chilled. But and then eat, kind of just get all my camera gear recharged, plug into the Bluetti some, and get this tent set up in this pouring down rain. This is just ideal. So here we go. We're coming into the Trees RV Park. Take a right here. Come in here. This is the Trees. And then you can pull in one of these spots, but they have cabins you can rent. And it's a nice little busy little place. But wipers off. Got all my camera gear. Like 1 bar of internet right here. And then they have Starlink and stuff. $57 miles, I think, off-road today. I've got 2/3 of the island done.
Really?
Yeah, but I've been pushing.